Hey there, everyone. Dr. Beth Westy here, and I'm just going to make sure this is straight and even a little bit. There we go. I'm going to talk to you about something super exciting, sort of a controversial topic here. Topic of calories. What are calories? Should I be counting them all the time? Do I need to worry about them? I try counting calories and it works for me. I don't count calories and it works for me. I count calories and it doesn't work for me. What's the right thing? How do I know how to do this? Why is this a thing? Because it's super annoying. Yeah, that one. All right, so I'm going to give you the lowdown on calories, what they are, and what to really focus on for your food and nutrition. So when we talk about nutrition, I'm really focused on nutrition for women. So keep that in mind, that some of the information I'm going to be giving you is really focused on the female body and how it is different than the male body. The only time I really focus on calories is when it comes to talking about getting more nutrition in for your body at certain times of the month, because your hormones need more nutrient then. So it's not about like, oh, just some type of calorie. I'm talking about nutrient dense food, and I'm going to jump into that in just a minute. But a lot of this information where I talk about nutrition for hormones and the female cycle and everything is found in my book, The Female Fat Solution, which is on Amazon. I also have a podcast called The Female Health Solution on iTunes. And I have a 12-week program that we are starting April 2nd. So we are starting in a week. And if you are struggling with these issues, then the 12-week program is going to be perfect for you, where we go through, there's a meal plan, grocery list, recipes, so much support, and then working with me one-on-one to make sure you are nailing these issues and really moving forward. Yes. Aha, thanks, Melissa. Yay. So these are some of the things to really focus on for the female body. In my program, I dive into tons of information on carb cycling, what that is, how that's good for hormones and thyroid, talk about intermittent fasting, different types of it, and really finding the one type of intermittent fasting that's right for your body and to move you forward too. And I can do a whole separate video on some of that stuff because that is intense when you start getting into it. But, oh, thanks, Michael. Yes. When we talk about calories, I literally have, so I talk about my book and stuff because I literally have the whole first chapter is dedicated to the history of nutrition in the US and why it makes me so like, oh my God, why is it like that? Why is it like that? This is a ridiculous way to set things up. Ooh, I still get mad about it. Look at me. I'm still getting mad about it. Why am I getting mad about it? Because it's not set up in a way that makes any sense anymore. It just doesn't. Counting calories doesn't make sense. And every food product in the US that has a label on it it counts calories and these percentages and all these other things. This is crazy. I mean, so the thing about this is this nutrition label is important to have. Yes, it gives you some information, but overall this label and the percentages and all this other info on it, it's geared towards a 44-year-old healthy male. If you are not a 44-year-old healthy male, then this information is not necessarily going to be accurate for you. What? Yes. Yes, Melissa, it is still frustrating, isn't it? Right? I still get so mad. Like, I'm going to start sweating soon. I'm going to get so mad. Anyway, so let's talk about the history of calories. I'm going to talk about some of these. Okay, side note. Okay, you guys know I love Costco. I'm not sponsored by Costco. I think I should be because I talk about Costco all the time. Look at this. Costco organic nuts and berries, right? Pumpkin seed, cashews, almonds, blueberries, cranberries. Amazing nut blend, and it's organic. This was like $5.50 for this whole thing. This is amazing. This is an amazing steal of a deal, people. Steal of a deal. Anyway. I'll talk about the importance of that and why I'm having like food. Sometimes I have props in my videos. This is one of my props. Okay. Calories. What a calorie is and how it was created. So this is like in the late 1800s or something. Oh, Katia, you want a Costco? Yes, right? Costco's the best. They counted calories as the amount of energy needed to raise 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Like, what does that mean? Like, right? Like no one ever thinks about like, how are they even made? How are they measuring the energy in the food, right? You know, we all love Costco, right? Yes, right? I'm going to talk about Costco now the whole video. But so the amount of energy to raise water by 1 degree Celsius, that's how they're measuring what a calorie is. Now, how did they do this? They used to do this. They literally like lit the food on fire and like burned it. And then how much of that food it took to raise the water temperature. There's different ways of doing it now. But they found, again, some of that stuff is just not as accurate. And the lack of accuracy of it, you know, in this measurements, it can be like 20% different in terms of the nutrient value that they would assign it. Meaning, what they would call something, or what they still kind of, some people call certain calories and things like that, in an amount of food, like almonds, you know, oh, almonds is this much calories. Oh, just kidding. It's 20% less calories now. What? Oh, how? Because they were measuring it wrong. Ooh, so not a good method. Okay. It's also, they're just trying to find a unit of energy. So they found that fat has 9 calories per gram, right? That's just the unit to measure the energy there. Protein is 4 calories per gram. Carb is 4 calories per gram. And again, that's in terms of like lighting it on fire and burning it and all that other stuff. Now, a few things. So again, it's inaccurate because it just doesn't take into consideration what nutrient dense food is and how that's different. So like my thing I always throw out is that 100 calories of gummy bears is very different than 100 calories of almonds, right? Like they do different things in the body. They react differently in the body. It's not the same at all. And it makes me crazy that people are like, well, calories are calories. Calories in, calories out. It's like, no, that is not how your body functions or uses the said energies. And it's really important to understand this and why. So if you are finding this information helpful in any way, or if you know somebody who's like, you know what, they are counting calories and struggling, please share this video. Because there are so many people who struggle with this. And there's so many people who are stuck in this old mindset of calories in, calories out. And that is not how the female body works at all. At all. So I'm going to get into that with how it's absorbed and digested and stuff too in a minute. But it's really important that we understand like basic physiology of how they kind of created this system. And, you know, it's not terrible, but it's not great. Ooh. So... And there's much better ways of measuring your food and how to get energy from your food. So again, thank you for the hearts. I super appreciate it. But again, if you're loving this, share the video because a ton of people are going to need this info. So fat, protein, carb. Okay, so you notice protein and carb, they have the same calorie per gram. Okay, but how long is that calorie burned? Or how long do you get energy from that? Max 1 hour. Here for carb. For protein, it's 2 to 3 hours. And for fats, it's up to 4 hours. So the biggest difference, I mean, look at this. Even though for carbs versus proteins, look at that. Same calories per gram here of energy. Yeah, when you light it on fire, but that's not what your body does with it. But you're going to get, I mean, maybe you only get energy for like 15 minutes if it's straight sugar. Versus something like oatmeal, right? Any type of carbohydrate. You'll get energy for up to an hour versus 2 to 3 hours. That's like 2 to 3 times as long, at least, for the same calories. This is part of the reason that the calorie thing does not work. It just doesn't work. Makes me do that with my face. Okay. So nutrient-dense food. Gummy bears versus almonds. Almonds are nutrient dense. There's protein, fat, and carb in them. There's tons of other nutrition in them, like different vitamins and things like that. That's a nutrient dense food. It's going to react very differently in your body than gummy bears, which sure can be delicious, but those are not going to give you any nutrition that's going to keep your body fueled and move you towards your goals, right? Okay. Oh, all right, I'm like sweating now. I'm sweating now because I get so worked up about this. Now, how food is digested and absorbed is also not taken into account in this entire calculation. If you have a digestive issue. So I work with a lot of women in the 12-week program. A lot of the women that I work with, they have hormonal issues, whether it be thyroid, stress, PCOS, endometriosis, perimenopause, menopause, all these other things. And hormones severely impact how well your digestive system works. They just do. Your immune system also lives in your digestive system. So if your digestive system is slowed down, your immune system is going to be really negatively impacted as well. Just delivering all this good news tonight. You're welcome. Okay. But this is really, really important. So the 12-week program, I love working with women to really help them. Okay, let's improve your digestive system. Let's get as much nutrient absorption as possible. Because if you're going to do all the work of meal prepping it, you want your body to upload said nutrients, right? You don't want it to just pass through and piss off your stomach. That's not fun. Well, it's not fun for anybody I know. Maybe it's fun for you. I'm not going to judge. You do what you do. That's fine. But for women that have hormonal issues, taking that into account or really focusing on that makes it very, very different. Yes. Okay. So how food is absorbed and digested. They have found that even changing the texture and even chewing your food affects how well you upload the nutrients from it. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. So, for example, here is peanut butter, right? Just peanut butter versus regular whole nuts. Look at all those healthy nuts in there. So having it, this is already broken down, obviously, right? It's already creamed, it's broken down. So the cellular structure of that plant, of the nut is like ripped apart already. So your body is gonna upload and absorb the nutrients from this heck of a lot better and easier than from this, because you have to chew this. And you know what, to be honest, as Americans, we usually like shovel food in our mouths and it's like a race. And I do this too. Like I grew up doing this. I have, siblings where it was like you ordered pizza, and anybody else, when you order pizza, like you lick the pieces of pizza that you wanted to eat because you didn't want them to eat it. And then it was just like, right, as fast as you could, barely chewing, choking it down. Because that's just what you do in a big family. But chewing your food and chewing this actually helps your body absorb more nutrients. Seriously, it makes a huge difference. So if you're not breaking down these components here, your body's not uploading it. Your body's not digesting it as well as it could. So even though you're reading on the nutrition label, it says this much protein. Oh, that's so good for me. Super duper, it's good for you. But if you're not taking the time to chew, if your digestive system is pissed off because you're under too much stress, or you don't have enough natural enzymes or probiotics or all these other things, then it's not going to upload it. Melissa, but I like creamy peanut butter. I know, me too, right? Like so my husband was just up in the Boundary Waters hunting or fishing, winter camping, like a crazy person. I don't know. And I don't buy this stuff, but this is why I have it. It was like left over in his thing. Anyway. So, but this is something, because it's already broken down, that your body's going to upload the proteins from it a heck of a lot easier. That cellular component is already broken apart. So you don't have to chew it, right? I mean, think of like kid food. They keep kid food soft and mushy and tiny pieces and all these other things so they can upload the nutrients as much as possible. But for adults, we got to work harder. We got to chew our food, chew it and break it down. And really, so the digestive process starts in your mouth when you're chewing your food. There's enzymes and everything else. Oh, oh, good. Relief, right, Melissa? Whew, good. So chewing it and getting it in your stomach, and then really getting your body to break it down. So getting your enzymes going, getting all those digestive juices released, getting the probiotics, everything moving through your digestive system to absorb and upload as much as possible of these nutrients. That makes a really big difference. So it's not just about calories. So for example, if we're going to look at, say, 100 calories, a banana here is about 100 calories. Now, this is a fruit. It's a soft food, so you can chew it and, eat it pretty quickly and no big deal, right? Your body can upload the nutrient from it. You're like, oh, this is one of those foods that people ask me about all the time. Are bananas healthy? I see this thing and it says bananas aren't healthy, and oh my gosh, what do I? And it's like, banana. I mean, there's nutrients in it. There's potassium in it. But it's also some sugars. It's not the highest sugar fruit that there is, but it's not the lowest either. But it's more about how does this nutrient fit in with your day? Because counting the calories from it doesn't make sense. So this is about 100 calories, right? And 1 tablespoon of this is 100 calories. 1 tablespoon. Not 2, just 1 is 100 calories. That's not very much. I don't know about you, but I love peanut butter, and I have never eaten just 1 tablespoon. Seriously. Because I don't, because it's peanut butter, and it's delicious. So if you are really hungry, and you're like, I'm trying to eat snacks that are only 100 calories, and I don't want to eat too much. So then you're like, well, size-wise, what's going to fill my stomach? A banana or 100 calories of this? You're going to go with the banana because you're going to say, oh, you know what? This is larger. I get more food here, and this will keep me full longer. Wrong-o. This is mostly carbs and sugars, which gets burned up really quickly, which means you're going to be hungrier sooner. This is protein and healthy fats, which means you're going to be staying full a heck of a lot longer, even though it's less actual amount of food. It's more dense nutrient for the same amount of calorie. Does that kind of make sense? Banana, peanut butter, banana, peanut butter. My favorite is actually both of them. You put the peanut butter on the banana and you eat all of it anyway because counting calories is stupid. Counting calories doesn't make sense. Eat all of the food. That's my recommendation. So for people who count calories, it's very frustrating. For women who count calories, they are often stuck, frustrated, not feeling like they're not getting the right result. And it's really because you're counting the wrong thing. There's no nutrient value here in just calories. So this is why I have a book to really go through all this stuff. This is why I have a podcast. This is why I have a 12-week program to really, really work with women on this and to say, you know what? I'm going to take you through this process. I'm going to make sure your body is getting the right nutrients that it needs to keep moving forward. Because if you are restricting in any way, and if, again, counting calories, if you're like, well, this is 100 calories, I should just eat this, you're not getting all of your nutrients in here. You're depleting your body, which means it's going to increase in stress more and hold on to said calories. It will store this really quickly and easily. The female body is designed to store fat. So it will take any nutrient you input and want to store it if things aren't functioning properly. And that's with hormones, that's with stress, that's with your digestive system, all these things. It's so much fun. Yay. Now again, one thing I'm going to mention about calories, I do talk about getting more calories in when your body's higher in progesterone, which is days 15 through 28. 15 through 28 of your cycle. Oh, that marker is really running out. It's purple. Getting anywhere from 300 to 500 more calories. But I'm not just talking about whatever calories. I'm really meaning dense nutrients, getting complete nutrients here. So nut mixes are great because, look, there's fruit and there's nuts. You're getting a variety of nuts, so a variety of amino acids and some sugars in there. You're getting protein, fat, and carb all in one boat. Yay! Yay for nut mixes. So for a quarter cup of this, it's 150 calories. So think about that. If you had a quarter cup of this versus just a banana, how much longer you would feel full? This thing, right? Yeah. How do you know that when you are in premenopause? Oh, that's a good question, Patty. That's a very good question. So if for a lot of you gals, so if you have questions, I'm going to put a link in the comments below where you can schedule a call with me. I'm more than happy to chat with you about any struggles you've had or questions that you have, different phases of life, calories for that, nutrients to get in, all of those good things. Usually you start to have changes in symptoms and things like that, Patty, but that would be a great thing to schedule a call with and we can chat about that. So this is what I've got for you guys now on calories. This is something where a lot of people really believe in this. There are a lot of health professionals, like doctors that I follow, that are colleagues, that I'm friends with, all these other things. And they still say calories in, calories out. If you want to lose weight, count your calories. And for the female body, it just does not work like that. Our bodies are so dynamic and they need different nutrients at different times of the month to work with the hormones to function as best as it can. And with just counting calories, you're really missing what those nutrients do in the body and how long you're getting energy from it and how that builds up the body, how it's absorbed and digested, and just the fact that this is an old way of measuring it that just doesn't apply anymore. And again, old way of measuring things that all these other research and all this other stuff was done on men. Right? Of course. So I'll put that link below. You guys can schedule a call. I'm more than happy to chat. I love answering questions about this. I love helping women. This is just my passion and my mission to impact as many women's lives as possible with this information to help you get towards your health goals as quickly as you can and as easily as you can without the struggle. And then Jen, yes, right? Oh, yes. If you haven't gotten my book, go grab my book. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I have a channel on YouTube where I put all my videos. So if you're searching for something, go there. It's going to be there. My podcast as well. That's out. So I have so much information out in a lot of different places because I found that that's what's helpful for people. I don't necessarily like making all this stuff, but if it's helpful, I'm going to do it because it serves people better. All right, so that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know if you have questions. I'm so excited for the next round of 12 weeks, ladies, because it's going to be really life-changing. All right, have a great night.